都不愿意正确的去面对我，然后都在可能有些回避。所以说，我现在我所做的只能是做强制挑战。你不愿意和我打 ，OK， 那我去强制，就这样。
I do want to fight Joshua. The truth is, me and him we collided in the Olympics, and ever since I do want to fight him. And I signed with Matchroom, hoping that I could get,
to get that fight
blessing to make that fight happen. But at the end of the day, I didn't get that fight. But I still won it. And with me putting opponents down, victories, and I'm becoming more of a dangerous fighter, and I'm becoming more avoided in a way that he doesn't want to fight me. I feel like I'm being avoided here.
I agree. I think them picking Dubois after your victory, they overlooked you. They didn't want a part of you because you are dangerous. But fight fans, that's the fight right there. I mean, personally, from a coaching standpoint and as a fan standpoint, you and him are the fight.
就是这个教练的角度来看的话，你的风格，约书亚的风格非常好的一场比赛。而且沙特现在其实资金也充足，其实可以促成这场比赛。但是还没有打，确实让人挺遗憾的一件事情。
所以说，有时候可能说是他对我来讲，他没有70%的把握，他就不会和我打。你更不要说有100%的把握，他70%的把握他都不会接受这场比赛。所以说，他现在所接受的就是他基本上80%到100%的有希望拿下的对手 ，OK， 他去打这样的对手。所以说现在可能说杜布啊，然后和他马上要比赛。
Let's put it that way. If Joshua has anywhere less than 70% of chance of beating someone, that fight won't happen.
Yeah.
So if you look at me saying, okay, I got less than 70% chance to beat Zhang, then that fight won't happen. I think that's why he chose Dubois. I'm not saying that he has a good chance of beating Dubois, but I believe that in his mind, he look at me as a tougher opponent. And this is unfortunately what boxing is in terms of a business, right? The people want to see it, the fans, the coaches, the whole boxing world wants to see it. But if it doesn't make financial sense or business sense, the fight might not happen, and people may not see that fight ever. It's unfortunate truth.
I think and those are the words of the interpret, or these are the interpret words of Zhilei Zhang. Okay, and I think Zhilei Zhang, he, in terms of the Riyadh season, in terms of the choice that they used to pick Dubois over Zhang, I believe that they did choose Daniel Dubois based on his fighting style versus, Zhilei Zhang, because Zhilei Zhang, is dangerous, Also, I think that was a business planned move for Anthony Joshua, to pick Daniel Dubois, simply based on the fact that, Dubois is a British guy. I think it would be more marketable. I think, I think it might probably be an easier task unless he loses to Daniel Dubois. But like he says, well, if AJ doesn't have less than a 70% chance, a fight won't be made. I don't know how true that is, but I can tell you this, how things can change, right? Last year, 2023, Zhang was the targeted fighter for AJ. Facts. And everybody and their mom blasted AJ for choosing Zhilei Zhang. Why? Because Zhilei Zhang hasn't established himself to be as dangerous as he is right now by taking out Joe Joyce and Deontay Wilder. If it wasn't for Deontay Wilder nor Joe Joyce could have picked anybody else to fight, but he fought Zhang. Anthony Joshua was going to fight Zhang, and everybody shitted on him for it. That's exactly what happened. They straight shitted on him. Zhang, that old ass dude, you fight that old big Chinaman, He looked terrible because I remember it was a fight Zhang was in, and he didn't look all that good. You know, and I think it was on the undercard of one of those fights. But no, Zhilei Zhang did not look that good. Okay, so now knowing what he's done, he's dropped Parker twice. He's knocked out Deontay Wilder. He's knocked out Joseph Parker back-to-back. Maybe they're looking at him like, well, wait a minute. Why don't we pick Daniel Dubois? Because fighting someone like Zhang with nothing to lose would definitely be a harder match now that we know what he's done to those other guys. But then let's face it, who really wants to get their ass kicked after somebody who wants to get kicked by someone that kicked their fighter's rival's ass? In other words, Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is a rival of Anthony Joshua. Since he is a rival of Anthony Joshua, okay, who wants to follow that cab? Because the same thing could have happened to him at Wembley in front of 96,000 people, and he gets knocked out by Zhilei Zhang, because the punching power, you know, has very much been underrated, and he's showing people how overrated, or should I say, he's showing how hard he hits. Okay. But understand, nobody cared about Zhang when Zhang was actually a possible selection for AJ last year. Okay? That's facts. This is before AJ fought Oliver Wyland, too. Zhilei Zhang was a targeted fighter. Nobody wanted to see that shit. That's why Zhang got fortunate enough to get a Joe Joyce fight, because Joe Joyce had the option to fight whoever the hell he wanted to, because he just took out Joseph Parker. Okay? So he just took him out. Took him out of commission. Right? Now he's the man. But now he's avoided. That may be the case. But Zhang, I think, has his own personal reasons to fight AJ, because AJ put him down to the flow last time, people. So he has an incentive on why he wants to fight Joshua, and I understand it 100%. And but the thing is, I don't know what happened at Matchroom between him and Eddie. You know, Eddie doesn't have a squeaky clean overall relationship building with fighters. He just doesn't burn you on money, but he could still be, you know, a pompous prick at times. And how he decides to make certain fighters just become obsolete, like he did with Michael Hunter. And then other would stand out, like AJ and Canelo Alvarez, you know, because they were both, you know, I know Canelo once upon a time was promoted by Eddie Hearn. Okay. So, but there are fighters that, you know, have a problem with Eddie. And Zhilei Zhang is one of them, along with Luis Ortiz. Okay. And a lot of other fighters that he trained. Michael Hunter, right? Lawrence Okolie. So there's a lot of people that had issues with Eddie Hearn based on how and what he decided to do as a promoter in regards to these fighters. But you guys tell me what you think of Zhilei Zhang stating that AJ ducked him. If he has 70% chance of, if he doesn't have 70% chance of winning, he's not going to fight. He's scared to fight him. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!